welcome Pamela Anderson. Lovely to meet you.
Today.
And that's not all by the sounds of things. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
It seems that way.
Yes.
You feel good.
M&M's are evil.
They're evil.
They're evil.
Why are M&M's evil?
Well, they make you do lots of interviews.
Oh, now what time
Yes, all
have
day.
you've been up since first thing this morning,
yes, I have
haven't you?
been up since first thing this morning, which is last night in LA, which I don't look that good, but it's okay.
Oh, I think you look fantastic. Well, look, if you care to recline on the couch,
I might.
go right ahead.
I might.
So, explain to me, because I've heard that these... Well, actually, first off, you just came from a party I mentioned.
Yes, I did.
How was that?
It was good. That was like the fun part. That was really fun. Yeah.
Now, what do you do at an M&M's party?
I did the same thing. I just threw M&M's out and condoms and things like that. It's an aphrodisiac, you know.
No, I didn't.
You don't?
No.
I'll have some. Here.
I feel sexier already.
You look sexier.
So how are green M&M's an aphrodisiac?
Because they're green.
That makes perfect sense
Yeah,
to
you
me.
haven't heard that before?
No.
You haven't heard that green M&M's are aphrodisiacs?
No.
Well, they're all over Hef's place, so I figured.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
now
they're
you...
all over the mansion.
You of course, I think record holder, 11-time Playboy cover girl.
Yes.
What is the Hef mansion like? I've chatted to the man and I've seen it. It looks like not in person, but
It's
you know,
very- it's
we
fun.
saw
It has
around
a
the place.
grotto, and actually, I just brought my kids there a few times. But my son just came up to me the other day and said, "Do you know, Mom? Do you know what Hef does for a living?" I said, "No." As I was getting into the car, and he goes, "He takes pictures of naked girls." I was like, "Oh my God, let's get out of here."
Now, how old is your son now?
I have two
teens?
sons. They're no, Brandon's 10 and Dylan's 9.
So how does a 10-year-old, you know, how does he take to, you know, seeing what Mum does, and has he seen any of your Playboy work?
No. It's just
Well,
slowly...
I did at 10.
I mean, you just mentioned that about Hef. He knows what Hef does, and he knows that I know Hef, but he doesn't understand the, you know.
And is the mansion everything is cracked up to be like? You mentioned grottos. You mentioned like I've seen footage of parties. Sorry, I just got distracted for a second. I've seen footage of these parties and women just walking around with the bunnies and
Naked, and that's how it is, yes.
Fantastic.
It's great.
Next question, how do I get an invite?
Just come to LA.
Okay, simple as
I'm
that.
the mayor. You can get in.
Are you really?
You can definitely get in to the mansion. Yeah.
Well, that's
come on.
good. Now, I know that when you were younger, you were a fairly shy person. Would that be true?
I'm still shy. I am. It's just these green M&Ms, you know, that's what it is.
But what kind of kid were you? What were you like as a kid?
I was a tomboy.
In what way?
I just was very shy. I was like a little athlete, and no.
Were you a troublemaker?
I was the last person that would end up, you know, posing for Playboy or being in LA or anything like that.
Were you a troublemaker? Because I hear you were renowned for playing pranks, especially with your brother.
Yes, I did all the time.
Okay, there's one. I'm fishing for a story.
Yeah, I know.
here.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Well, I don't want to ruin the
When I hit him in
punchline by
there-
saying the
used
one
to
with
hide my
him
brother.
and he was.
It was
You
that
asked him
way.
to hide.
Yeah, well, I hit him in a barrel, and then I called the police department, and I...
You're racing through the story. It's a good one.
What?
Pace it.
What?
Pace it.
I'm not quite awake. You
That's
may want
fine.
to do this for me.
So you dared your brother. You told your brother to hide in a barrel.
To hide in a barrel, and then I alerted the police department and the fire department that he was missing.
And how did
Just
that
like any
pan
normal
out?
girl. They eventually found him, and I got in trouble because he said I wasn't allowed to come out until my sister said I could. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned that you were shy, and of course, it does seem interesting that someone who is very shy to be doing Playboy shoots. You are exposing yourself in every possible way. But I've heard you say that in some respects, that actually you feel more natural in that kind of situation than you would otherwise.
Well, it was really interesting posing for Playboy because I was so shy. And the first time I posed for a cover, and even like having the little jacket over me, I was scared that someone was going to see something. And after a while, after you start posing for Playboy for a while, you start realizing that nobody really cares if you're naked. You know, everyone always thinks that you shouldn't be naked, and then finally they had to stop me before I went out on the street naked. I was very comfortable.
Now, is that also one of the reasons why, I've heard anyway, you haven't watched yourself in any Baywatch episodes as well?
No, I just haven't seen any.
How have you missed it? The most watched show in the history of television.
It's coming out on DVD this summer in America. It's coming out on DVD.
Because we had Hasselhoff here last year.
He's great.
He's good fun.
He is so fun. And he loves being David Hasselhoff.
Yes, oh yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
And I've heard talk that there could be a Baywatch movie. Would you be part of that if it's happening?
Well, they've kind of mentioned it to me, but no, I don't really know yet.
Don't know?
No, I don't know.
Well,
No.
what would
I
it
don't think
take
David
to
has anything to do with that either. You know, Baywatch sold their rights off to so many different people that it's really kind of confusing. I mean, they're kind of pioneers in that area. The TV show, they sold their rights to the movie rights and DVD rights everywhere just so they could keep it on television.
Well, I did also mention that you were an author as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've written a New York Times bestseller.
That's amazing, isn't it? That is amazing.
But tell everyone the character, the name of your character and when you came up with the name.
Star and...
Starlee Cook?
Starlee Wood. Starwood Lee. It's the name of my dog and the street I grew up on, so it's actually my porn star name.
Because I love them. I'm sure everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yes.
Your porn star name apparently is you take your first pet?
Yes.
And first street.
Right.
I'm Tinkerbell Callan Getty.
Perfect. Well, we could write a book.
I think that's
you
kind
could
of
definitely
high.
write a book.
Now, Star's life is very similar to your own in a lot of respects, isn't it?
Well, I thought it would be fun to kind of write a novel and kind of base it loosely on my life and just kind of, because usually autobiographies are just, people making up stories anyway, so I was just smart enough to call mine fiction.
And has anyone picked you up on that?
Maybe you.
And what next for you? I mean, this green M&Ms thing is a bit of a lark, surely, but,
Yeah, it was fun to come to Australia. It was fun to come to Australia. We tried to come to Australia in 24 hours. It's kind of difficult. It's not a pretty day, as you can tell. I think I might take a few days next time. Might bring my kids next time and come for a week, which would be really nice.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, you're more than welcome back any time. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Of course, the green M&Ms. You can buy them wherever you want and get as horny as all get out. Please thank Pamela Anderson, everybody. Thank you.